5, 4,
I hate you so
3,
much.
2, 1.
Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juice. How you doing tonight, Juice?
I am doing well. I am happy to be here and talk wrestling with you.
I don't know if I
There
believe
you
you
go.
by that tone, but I am excited to talk about this week in wrestling. A lot happened, good and bad, this week in wrestling. So we have a lot to talk about. For those of you who have never been here before, tonight is Thursday night. We talk about this week in wrestling. We do our last point standing, which is just a bunch of bullet points that we want to talk about, and we have a 3-minute timer for each bullet point. If there's anything you would like us to talk about, any input you would want us to put in, or if there's a bullet point you want us to add, please sort up in the chat, and we will. Keverlast with another subscription, 16 months in a row. Thank you so much, Keverlast. Hope you're having a good week, bro.
Zombie.
And the zombie came by, yes, sir. And a little housekeeping before we continue. As always, just like Keverlast, you can help us out and give us a subscription down below. It is free for you if you have Amazon Prime. It helps us out so much. If you don't have Amazon Prime, but you're feeling generous, please give us a subscription anyway. I'd really love that. That'd be great. And also, thank you to Accept the Win for being the official band of the podcast. You hear them before, after, and during the break. Jay DeFalco said the AEW venue this week looked like Casa Bonita. Discuss. Ooh. Am I adding that to a point? Am I adding Casa Bonita, Juice?
Well, we could talk about it.
We'll
You know
talk
what
about
you know what Casa Bonita is, correct?
Yes, I do know what Casa Bonita is.
I didn't want to. You don't have to add that. We can just say, yeah, it was a nice venue. It looked really nice. Yeah, it's just, those small venues are very solid to always do. So nice.
Give me 1 second. My LPS button isn't working, so we might change screens really quick. Don't be scared.
I'm always scared.
I think we'll be back in a second. Yes, we're back. But for some reason, half our info isn't. And there's the rest of it. There we go. All right. Now we're good. Oh, you have your little guitar. My little guitar is here with Darby Allin. I have little Darby Allin with the guitar. I figure he might use it soon. Who knows?
These are from the AEW All Elite crate. If you missed our Tuesday episode, we opened up our most recent crate and it's inside.
I already tuned mine. I don't know if I tuned it well, but I tuned it. We'll find out. Anyway, So let's start off with some WWE talk, Juice. First up on our bullet points, we have the new WWE SmackDown. I don't know if they're called WWE Tag Team Champions or they're the WWE Tag Team Champions. Sorry, new WWE Tag Team Champions, the Wyatt Six. I assume that's why they're on here.
I mean, yeah, there's no other reason. Yeah, I saw that the show ended with them beating the Street Profits, and wanted to get your thoughts because I believe this was Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis. Technically,
Yes.
I don't know if they're gonna like freebird the titles or just make it the two of them.
I'm sure they're going to freebird the titles.
I don't even know if all of them wrestle. To be honest with you, I don't even. Are they all even around, or is someone still out hurt?
No, I believe they're all around. Braun. Yeah, you have them all there. Uncle
Braun.
Howdy.
Braun's in it. I thought Braun got fired.
Not Braun. Sorry, why am I thinking Braun? Who's the big guy for them? Not Braun. Who am I thinking of? Eric Rowan. Sorry.
Okay, all right.
Sorry,
I was like, what? Did I miss something?
Nope. I just forgot who. There's so many incarnations of these people.
So what do you
it
think?
was
Wyatt
Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy. They did. It was a pretty good match. I did watch the match. I'll give them that much credit. It wasn't a bad match at all. Just if you don't like the Wyatt Six, you obviously didn't like the match. But they did win and become new tag team champions. Again, it's not so much that's the Wyatt Six that won. It's that they haven't really made the Wyatt Six like really important, and then all of a sudden they come in, they ruin the tag division. I don't think they've won too many tag team matches, like just tag team matches, and then they win the belts. It just seemed so rushed and out of nowhere. That's my biggest problem with it, that I just feel like they kind of just like dropped them in the middle of a really good tag division and just expected them to like just be just as good and make sense, and it doesn't make sense.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but Bo Dallas was out hurt for a while,
Yes.
and that kind of stalled and put Wyatt Six on ice for a while. So as
Yes.
much as Papa H likes to stretch things out story wise, sometimes it's okay to rush something. And I think something like this is probably needed. I mean, what was the Street Profits really doing
Yeah.
after Mania? So yeah, we'll see where it goes, I guess, or you'll see where it goes. But
It is an interesting storyline though, where you do have all the tag teams trying to kind of almost band together against them because everyone's just like supposedly scared of these guys. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from there. All right, next up we have
sorry, I'm falling asleep already with this next bullet point. Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll,
He's
baby.
Jelly Roll has rolled onto the scene,
He has in a
and
big way.
RK Roll, Jelly RK Roll going at it. RKO. That was the RKO. Team RKO, Jelly Roll and Randy Orton look like they're going to be a tag team going
It
into
does.
SummerSlam, taking on what looks like Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre,
For,
and just awful.
for anyone who
I'll let
missed
you.
it,
I'll let you take
they had a
over.
segment, and then they also had a segment on Jimmy Kimmel, where you had like Randy and Drew. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw them fighting. And I saw that Jelly Roll was the host, and he was like, "I've lost control. I don't know what to do anymore." I don't really have a lot to talk about with this. I'm not happy about it. It's dumb. I'm not crazy whenever they bring in celebrities to fight, especially when it's not believable to me that they're going to do damage to the guys. You're telling me Jelly Roll is going to take out Logan Paul or Drew McIntyre? Like, I'm not really buying it. Jelly Roll, I believe, is considered a big man by weight alone, though, so that is something to take note of. I have to double check his weight, but I believe he is over 300 pounds, and that would be a big man. That would be a big man check mark. Just want to put that out there now.
Okay. Well, someone can Google and fact check that and make sure what his current weight is.
If
'Cause he
he's
has lost
over
a lot of
300
weight.
pounds, which it looks like he is, I'm going to say he's a big man.
All right. All right. Well,
I like how that perked your attention for the segment.
Yeah, the only thing I'll give him credit for is he revealed he's been living in Florida for 3 to 4 months. I think working at the PC. I did see that, and hey, I mean,
He is working with
yeah,
people. There have been multiple reports that he is working with a bunch of people about it. And he is like, I don't think he's taking it as a joke, which I will give them credit. A lot of celebrities that have come in as of late have been trying to take it more seriously, but at the same time, like, the problem is that you're just a celebrity. Like, you shouldn't be in a marquee
yeah.
matchup, but
The
they've
problem
been doing
is,
it since WrestleMania 1, so like, how can I complain now about it?
no, of course you can. Problem is, at the end of the day, no matter if it's AEW or any company, it's taking away a spot from a talent that could be doing something on that show.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
feel that way about any celebrity, no matter what company, whether it was Shaq or big Costco fucker, any of those people. He's 357. He lost 200
Jesus
pounds.
Christ, he was a super heavyweight.
Yokozuna.
He lost 200 pounds. He
Um,
was 557 pounds. That's crazy.
oh man, I would pop. I would pop big time if Jelly Roll came out in like a Yokozuna themed
I
like.
would lose my shit.
Oh,
I'd be like,
man.
all right, I'm in the match now. I can't believe we just spent 3 minutes talking about Jelly Roll. All right, next
Oh,
up.
that's the show. Next up, some unfortunate news,
Yeah.
depending on who you talk to. Seth Rollins appears to have injured himself at Saturday Night's main event in his match against LA Knight. Apparently, it was the same move and injury that happened to him about a year ago when he was wrestling Jinder Mahal. So it's the same. I don't know if it's the same exact knee. I believe it is.
It is the same knee.
There's been no official diagnosis. Apparently, on Monday, it was too swollen still to get checked at the right way. He's saying, well, word is maybe 5 to 6 months. Some people are saying till Mania. Some people are saying it's a work, and the whole thing is completely not real. Based on what I've seen so far, I'm inclined to think this is legit. But people are thinking work, and he's going to cash in at SummerSlam, and this is Plan B. And I don't know. I don't know what this means for the briefcase. I mean, I feel like you'd have to get rid of the briefcase at that point, but knowing WWE, they'll just do a match and put it up for grabs.
So
Um,
I think
yeah.
this is a mix of all the above. I think what happened is that Seth legitimately got hurt. I think Seth
Yeah.
is legitimately going to be out for a few months. I don't
Yeah.
think he got hurt as severe as as it may seem. Like, they stopped the match, whatever happened. Hopefully, he didn't tear like an ACL or anything like that. I don't think it was that extreme. But I do think he hurt himself and he's going to be out for a few months. What I do think they're doing that's smart of them is that they're turning this into a work, because this is about to be the best cash-in we've ever seen, because it's literally going to come out of nowhere. We're not going to know when he comes back. We're not going to know when he's healthy. All of a sudden, one night, Seth Rollins' music's going to hit and the fucking crowd's going to go crazy. And every show, because of these internet people, every show you're going to think that Seth Rollins coming out that show. And it's going to kind of create a good atmosphere, unless he's hurt through WrestleMania, which I hope not. I think if he would be, then they would make alternative plans for the Money in the Bank. But as of now, as long as Heyman has his hands on that briefcase, he's coming back before one calendar year.
Oh, well, remains to be seen. I'll reserve any judgment or thoughts until we hear a diagnosis. But yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I don't think it's a work.
I don't think it's a work. No.
Yeah.
I think he's really hurt. I just don't think it's a year-long injury. I think he did hurt himself. He's going to be out for a few months.
And no one's saying a year. All I've heard so far is 5 to 6 months, and then some people saying Mania. But if it was still swollen, they haven't tested it yet. No one knows. Everyone's just speculating.
Well, I'm just saying, who wore the briefcase better, Paul Heyman or Marina? Right now, Marina, because she had the handcuffs, and that's a little sexier. But if it's through Mania, I feel like that's when you have to make alternative plans with the briefcase, because like that's almost a year. That's 2 months away from a year. That's pretty much a year. So like if it's through Mania, then I think you gotta get rid of the briefcase. If it's not through Mania though, let this play out and let this be like a crazy surprise Money in the Bank cash in.
Go
ahead.
I disagree, just because the whole point of Money in the Bank is that you do every year. So he's got more than past Mania.
Oh,
so.
yeah. No. I in that sense,
argument.
yes. What I'm saying is that if he's hurt through Mania, that means I think he's going to be hurt for more than a year. Like, if he got an ACL tear, he's out. Like, put the briefcase on someone else. He's not coming back before a calendar year between the surgery, the recovery, the rehab. Like, it's going to take him a while. Can we talk about one more thing? We'll keep going over, but we haven't talked about it yet. And I just want to get your opinion. How do we like Paul Heyman's new name? He is no longer. What was his old name already? I already forgot. Whatever his old name was for the Tribal Chief.
The Wise Man.
The Wise Man. Thank you. He is now the Oracle. How do we feel about this?
I don't care. I mean, he's had so many names over his career that like it's just another one that. No, I'm serious. It adds to the list. I mean, it doesn't do, not that it doesn't do anything for me, but I'm not like offended by it. He shouldn't still be the Wise Man.
Oh no, I didn't think you would be offended by it. That's a crazy reaction.
No. Well, I mean, like, another fucking name for Paul Heyman. No, I don't care.
No, he should have another name. He should not be the Wise Man anymore.
He was the advocate for Brock. He was all these different things. So it's fine. Yeah.
No, I was just curious what you thought about the actual name, the Oracle. I kind of like it with everything that he's doing. It makes sense to me. I was just curious because we haven't talked about it on the show at all. All right. Moving on, and this one might take us a little longer than 3 minutes also, because this is a whole pay-per-view. We have Evolution. What do you want to talk about with Evolution?
Well, I mean, I don't know if you have it ready. We can just pop up the predictions tab and just go through it real quick.
I do not have that ready. We don't usually do the after predictions. My bad.
No, that's fine. Well, either way,
let me see if I can do
we can go through it really quick. Becky retained, and I didn't watch the pay-per-view, so I'm just going to go off what I know. Becky retained.
Hold on here. I got something for us. Yeah, there we go. Cool. We're going to put that.
So, well, JC Jane retained against Jordan Grace.
Yep.
I was this close to changing it because I saw a segment that happened on NXT this week where, like, Jordan Grace asked Blake Monroe to be in her corner. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, I should just pull the trigger and make the switch. I didn't do it. I would have been right. Either way, JC Jane retained.
There was a few matches where I wanted to switch between Evolution and All In, and I was just like, just leave it because you second guess this, then you're gonna switch this, and I should have switched so many, but it is what it is. This one I wasn't gonna switch. This isn't one of them.
Yeah, that was one I was gonna change. Becky, I wasn't going to change that, but
Yeah, that was
she
a good
retained.
match. And that was a
Yeah.
good match. That three-way, for whoever saw it, that was a good triple threat. I really enjoyed it. Since I don't think, let me just check something. Since we're not talking about it afterward, the only thing I'm going to nitpick about the women's IC title picture is, why did the time stop? Oh, there we go. About the women's IC title picture is that I don't like that Monday night, the two who just lost the triple threat match are the two who are in the number one contender match right away. Let someone else get a shot at it. Let them get a little break from it. It's been just the three of them or the two of them for the past few months.
Yeah.
Just a little new challenger would have been nice. That's the only thing I'm nitpicking about that.
Well, it's an ongoing story since Mania, and it'll
Mhm.
probably end at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't mind it, but I understand what you're saying. Flair and Bliss did not win the titles. Roxy and Raquel retained. Kind of whatever. That one was just a crapshoot.
I'm
I
kind of
thought
happy
they
about
did it,
that,
but they left it.
to be honest.
Um,
I'm
yeah.
as much as I know you're over the Judgment Day stuff. Trying to be objective, I'm curious to see what they're doing with Roxanne and the Judgment Day stuff with Liv. They have like a whole memorial to Liv in the background in the locker room, which is kind of funny. Like Raquel Rodriguez even said last week, she's like, she's not dead. It looks like it's literally just like a in memoriam for the woman. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes. The rest of Judgment Day I don't care about. Like nothing else is interesting about that.
All right, moving on. The women's battle royal.
Good call.
One of my rare W's on the weekend. Stephanie
Yeah,
Vaquer.
we both had a bad weekend.
Stephanie Vaquer gets the win. Nothing else there.
Yeah, Rumble.
Jade Cargill.
It was what it was.
Jade Cargill defeats Naomi in a no holds barred match with Bianca as a special guest referee.
I need to change that.
Nothing to talk about there. Tiffy versus Trish. Tiffy beat Trish. Nothing to talk about there.
Nothing to talk about there. I will say that the one thing I will talk about, Trish was taking some shots. I don't know if you saw any clips of the match, but there was a stretch where Tiffy was giving her some drop kicks and like. Good for her, whatever, they sold it well, but it looked like she was taking some shots on those drop kicks. Like, I was surprised by that. And then the last one, surprise of the weekend, in my opinion.
Yeah, so Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley ends with Naomi cashing in Money in the Bank and becoming the new women's champion. And as a result, now they are doing Naomi versus Io versus Rhea at SummerSlam.
Yep.
And Jade is using her title shot that she won the month before at Queen of the Ring to go after Tiffany Stratton rather than going after Naomi again.
Well, that's because Jade has to go after her show's winner.
That was said?
I am almost positive. It said that they would challenge their respective show's champion.
Because I thought last year the whole point was that they got to choose. And
I agree with you. I agree.
Show.
Let me check. I'm gonna look it up now.
Either way, I mean, I'm looking for logic in something that I'm not really in the loop on. But yeah, it just seems like they're kind of spinning around, doing everything a different way than they should be. Where it's like the logical payoff would be to do this thing, but we're gonna do this here and then this here to go here and then do that there and then. It just, I don't know, but it's not awful. It just feels a little all over the place.
Yeah, their respective winners were crowned King of the Ring and received a World Championship match of their respective brand at SummerSlam.
Yeah, but what about last year? That's all I was getting at. But we don't have to look that up now. We can.
Oh, sorry. You want me to look at last year?
No, it's fine. We can move on for time because I know we want to move along, and this is just WWE. So that's all I got on it.
Last year was the same thing. It did say that Raw's Gunther defeated SmackDown's Randy Orton to win the King of the Ring tournament, earning a match for his brand's World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. SmackDown's Nia Jax defeated Raw's Lyra Valkyria to win the Queen of the Ring tournament, earning a match for her brand's Women's Championship at SummerSlam. And Liv faced Becky for the Raw Women's Championship that year. So yeah, no, it was like that last year also.
Wait, well.
I said Liv faced Becky for the Raw Women's Championship that year at SummerSlam, so Nia definitely faced SmackDown.
No, wasn't that Liv and
That was last
Rhea?
year, 2024, bro.
Yeah, Liv and Rhea. You said Becky.
Did I say Becky?
Yeah.
I don't know what I say anymore.
All right, we've already wasted too much time on this. Let's move on.
Leave me alone.
You're trying to clarify. You're making me more confused. All right.
It's your fault.
No, no, it's not.
This is all your fault. I don't know what you're doing to me. Now I gotta look at this. Now you got me all messed up.
Well, I'm waiting for you to put the screen up so we can move on from this because I'm over it.
Oh, well, how dare you? No, it said Liv Morgan defeated Becky Lynch to win the Raw Women's Championship in the SummerSlam opening bout.
I thought she fought Rhea.
I'm telling you what I'm reading what it says here.
Oh, man, all right, whatever, man. Let's go.
Jesus.
Move on.
Coming at me like a spider monkey. All right. So Evolution. So overall, really quick, Evolution, not the worst pay-per-view. I thought it was going to be a lot worse. The matches are pretty good. Just I wish they did a better build for it. That's really all. I think they could give it more respect. That's my final thought on Evolution. Moving on to the day before Evolution, Saturday night's main event, where we had Goldberg's retirement match against Gunther, which ended with Goldberg losing and about to give his retirement speech, and 30 seconds in, the fee got cut because they were short on time. How do we feel about Goldberg?
He got exactly what he deserved.
He got exactly what he deserved.
He's an ungrateful shit. He's a prick. He's selfish to the core. He's not a good person. He's annoying as fuck. He sucks in the ring. Overrated to all ends of the earth. And he got way more than he should have gotten.
I agree.
And him doing the interview with Ariel Helwani this past week just goes to show you just how shitty of a person he is.
Yep.
And how much he didn't deserve any of that. Did WWE just use him as a chip against AEW? Yes, they did. And you know what? I don't care.
Did he deserve better than that? Like, what do you expect to get?
No, he didn't. And the fact that he's like, oh, all I got is a world heavyweight title match, like, go fuck yourself, bro. Like, in your hometown, like, fuck off.
Against one of the best wrestlers on the planet today? Like, what are you talking about?
No sympathy at all.
You do a no sell for him, which you say in the interview was an accident. Bullshit. Look at the match. You knew exactly what you were doing. You looked down at it. It's not like you just laughed right away. It took you like a full 10 seconds to like be like, oh, he chopped me. Ha ha ha. Like, you broke a referee's rib. Like, who breaks a referee's rib during like, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense.
He's such a dick.
He sucks.
Whatever. Yeah, I just had to put that on this. We can both vent about him a little bit, but he's absolutely awful.
And like you said, I wasn't going to talk about him until he did the interview. Yeah. The match was what it was. I was going to be like, cool, good for him. Gunther gave him a better match than he could ever get from anyone else. He gave him a 7-minute match, which is the most he's probably done in 5 years. So good for this guy. And then you do that whole interview afterward where you literally like try to bury like the WWE for giving you a shot. You don't bury Gunther, but you still like fuck him over. Oldberg laid in the door, hit him in the ass one. He'll be begging them to sign his son in a year or two. Exactly, like 100%. And then Brett ripped him apart, and I love that Brett still rips this man apart every time he gets a chance. It's the funniest shit.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least.
Yep, the final segment, or the last hour, however long it was, Monday Night Raw this week was a gauntlet match. Of course, because God forbid we do anything but a match to crown the next contender for a match at a pay-per-view. We do a gauntlet match with CM Punk, Penta, LA Knight, Braun Breaker, and someone else I can't remember, but I think that was
Jey
4
Uso.
of the 5 people. Jey Uso, thank you. CM Punk wins. I believe he was the last one out because, of course, Jey Uso stopped the match halfway through to do his little intro again, I saw. That was cool, I guess. And, of course, then at the very end, the return of the big dog, Roman Reigns, is here, and he's going to be else. Paul Heyman was in the match. He never got in. He was screwed.
Pussy. He, I think, counted himself out.
Thank you for that, Jay. Yeah, Roman Reigns is back, and I believe he was staring down who? Who did he go after? Braun Breaker? Who's he gonna?
Yeah,
I guess he's gonna fight
like it's gonna be Braun versus Roman at SummerSlam,
which I guess is clearly Seth's spot.
I'll just say that 100% was supposed to be Seth versus Roman at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
and honestly, SummerSlam is probably where Seth was gonna, like they did with Naomi, they were probably gonna have Seth lose at SummerSlam and then cash in.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's a 2-night thing also, so they could have done one on each. But was I gonna say? Oh, I saw a freaking report. I don't know if you saw this. Somebody report. Oh, breaking news: Roman Reigns to work every Monday Night Raw
Yeah,
between now and
bullshit.
SummerSlam. I'm like, okay, that's fucking 2 episodes. Really cool. Like,
I still don't
we need to
believe
fucking like we needed to report that he's gonna be on the next 2 episodes of Monday Night Raw.
that's how amazing it is that a guy in his
I
prime, who's supposedly a
sick of
full time wrestler, is going to be on the show full time. It's crazy.
sick of him over it. He could legit never come back, and I think nobody would care. Like,
It doesn't add anything to the show anymore.
it doesn't. His time. He had his run for three whatever years. He's done enough. And and even on the 3 years, he wasn't around half the time. That was part of the problem.
That that
Now he's
that
still not
that was the
around.
problem. Now
So
that he had the best run of his career, and then he couldn't be around for the entire time of it.
yeah, so whatever. Congratulations to CM Punk. CM Punk versus Walter at SummerSlam should be awesome.
Yes, I can't wait for that
And
match.
I guarantee if CM Punk wins and somebody cashes in and loses the belt, it's gonna be classic SummerSlam where they give the belt to somebody I want and then they cash in immediately after some bullshit.
I mean, again, I don't think that's going to happen this time
I
because
don't
I
either,
truly
but
believe Seth is out for at least 3 months, like minimum. He's out for a while. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's gonna cash in. Maybe it'll be another triple threat match because everyone loves those. Okay,
all right.
so we'll be back in a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Please stay tuned for the break. If you give a subscription, you don't have to watch the ads. So maybe think about that. Thanks a lot. We'll be right back.
Oh.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. Why is that looking like that? Hold on, I gotta fix my LPS again. There we go. And we're
It's the
back.
Last of Us. It's the Last of Us, Danny.
Yeah, I don't know why it keeps happening like that.
So,
Before we get started, quick correction from earlier. Juice was wrong. I was right. Liv versus Becky was at King of the Ring, not at SummerSlam. I don't know what Juice was talking about. He's trying to gaslight me. It's out of control. All right. Becky didn't even wrestle. I don't even know if she wrestled at SummerSlam. It was Liv versus Rhea at SummerSlam. Everyone knows that, Juice. All right. Wake up. Get your shit together.
moving on to
Thank you.
AEW. All right, first up, quick tackling of Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor.
We're talking about Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor. Some big things I wanted to bring up. So Red Velvet, as we saw, was injured.
Yeah,
and
that sucked.
They ended up doing an interim four-way match to crown the interim Ring of Honor TV champion, bearing her time away, and the winner of that was Mina Shirakawa. And now, as last night is true, and we believe what was said on TV, Mina is now also hurt.
I was going to ask you about that as you were bringing that up right now. Like, wait a second. They just said Mina was hurt last night.
So, I don't know if it's real. If she's really hurt, then I guess we need an interim Ring of Honor TV champion. I honestly don't know. I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen anything online saying it's legit. So it might just be a story to keep her away from the Athena Billy story for now.
Yeah, they said it was her hand, right? That she like hurt her hand or something in the middle of the match.
They did. So I don't know. Remains to be seen. But yeah, did you watch any of the show after my recommendations? Or
no,
okay.
I wasn't able to.
Okay. The main event for the evening, Bandito versus Konosuke Takeshita, was amazing.
Nice. Yeah, I saw the highlights from that. It looked sick.
Bandito retained. I was pleasantly surprised and proven wrong because I was set on them doing what they were going to do with the Ring of Honor title, and I'm so glad they did not. And can I just say, as a result of that, Bandito versus Takeshita was honestly my match of the weekend.
Nice.
I liked it more than anything from All In. That's not knocking All In.
No, of course not.
It made me react and feel the way about a match that I didn't really pop like I did for all of All In. So, check out Bandito versus Takeshita if you have a chance, everybody. I don't know if it's on YouTube, if you had a way to find it by other means, if you want to sign up for Honor Club, but very, very good main event.
Yeah.
Wow, made Bandito a star, and stock went up a lot for me in 2025. So, yeah, that's all I got in Ring of Honor, though. Now we can dive in. So now I didn't put anything on here from Dynamite. I kept it to the all-in matches. If you want to speak to anything in regards to what happened on Dynamite about that match, this is the place we can talk about it.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you and our viewers know, just for the sake of like a list. I didn't go that crazy. First up, men's Casino Gauntlet. The winner was the predictable outcome way that they kind of set it up, and MJF got the win. I will say this before you go. My thought, I still stand by the men's and women's Casino Gauntlets both being on the show hurt the show. I don't think you should have done both. I think if you were going to do both, do one of them on the 0 hour and call it. Like, just do it.
Agreed.
And also, for the future, I know maybe Tony is listening, or he's got somebody listening. My suggestion for the Casino Gauntlets is less is more.
Yep.
In regards to we don't need a story. We don't need any storylines going into it. We don't need to know anybody going into it. We don't need qualifiers. Keep the matches a total mystery. I think the fact that like going into the men's, we essentially knew everybody that was in it, except for like one or two people, and one of them was Max Caster. I think hurt.
Yeah, great, right?
I mean, I don't think I needed to know every single person, and I still don't think the men's one had to happen. You could have done it differently, but either way, that's my thought on the men's and the women's. Less is more. Don't tell us everyone that's in it. Don't make it obvious who's gonna probably be in it. Just let the match be and let us go for the ride.
Yeah,
that's what makes it so much fun. That's what made last year so dope. I don't think we knew.
We knew like three people.
We didn't know many people at all last year. That's my
No,
case.
I 100% agree with you. I enjoyed the match, but at the same time, I was like, all right, like I know that the match has to go longer because you named a couple of big names that I haven't seen yet, so I know they're going to be in the match. I had to
Yeah.
assume Daniel Garcia was going to be in the match until they probably switched him to the TNT title match.
Uh, Probably not. Honestly, I
You
would
don't think
think
so?
no. I think the loss to Fletcher had to mean something from the
That's fair.
qualifier,
Yeah, that's
the
fair too.
qualifiers.
Qualifies. But yeah,
Winner gets
no, I mean,
qualifiers.
your gauntlet match was anything to write home about. It was your run in the mill gauntlet match, but MJF won, predictable. I liked his promo on Wednesday. It was a little more direct, and a little more focused, and not as jokey. So hopefully
Mm.
they kind of turn a little corner with the Hurt Syndicate and start
Yeah,
taking it a little more seriously.
yeah, and that's probably why I didn't really care for it in the end, is because I feel like it was one of those cases where it's like, all right, well, the only person you told me that seemed like they had a really legit shot at winning
Right?
won,
Yeah.
and that kind of stinks.
Yeah.
I don't
Agreed.
know. Match was fine. Nothing bad.
Speaking of
Nothing really.
oh,
Oh, I was gonna say nothing really match wise. Nothing was really bad on this main pay per view.
I agree. I liked
But
all the matches. I thought they were all good, solid matches.
yeah, for what it's worth. Now the big one.
Yeah.
This one, this one hurt. This one took a lot of the wind out of the room. It took them a while, I think, to get back the crowd into it. For those of you that are living under a rock and have not heard or do not know, Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher was scheduled to be the match for the TNT title. The night before / morning of, Adam Cole told Tony Khan he was not feeling well, and as a result, the match got canceled. And we found out on the 0 hour that they replaced it with a four-way with Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia, now facing Kyle Fletcher to crown a new TNT champion. Before we get into the match, let's talk about that. Obviously, more's come out since. It seems like it is concussion related, where he was feeling a little dizziness, couldn't sleep. It seems like it was from a lariat on Collision on Thursday night that he took from Kyle Fletcher,
You
where
know,
he
they
kind of
said
rotated.
that though, but there's also a power bomb he took last week that like he clipped the apron on. That could have been it too. Like,
So that was from like a month ago. That's
oh,
an old
was
clip.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like a week or two
That
ago.
was the clip that everybody thought at first. Everyone was like, "Oh, it had to have been that." But and hey,
Yeah, I
maybe
saw
it
the
could have
lariat.
been.
The lariat was pretty bad too.
Yeah, the lariat is from this past Thursday, so that might have been the final blow. I'm sure other spots didn't help, but at first I'm not gonna lie. At first I was mad at Fletcher because after the powerbomb thing a few weeks ago, I was watching him more and I was like, all right, maybe he's just being reckless. And he's not really being a safe wrestler. But in this instance, I mean, Cole did kind of rotate the way he did. He could have not sold it that way,
Mm-hmm.
so I can't get on Fletcher. I mean, it's easy to want to because this sucks, but yeah, obviously, we here at Sharpshooters, we wish the best to Adam Cole. We hope that he gets well soon, and I hope he's able to wrestle again because he seemed ready to call it.
Yeah.
Honestly, and that's what I saw reports of. He seemed like he's ready to retire.
Yeah,
But,
I saw the reports too where he was like kind of talked out of it, and just
yeah.
more O'Reilly's face than Strong's face kind of told me more of the
Mhm.
story where like O'Reilly you could tell was like deeply concerned. I think Strong was trying to keep up a strong appearance, but O'Reilly just couldn't. I mean, it broke my heart. Like I was like sitting there holding back tears,
Yep.
like listening to this whole thing, just because like he's one of my favorite current wrestlers. Like I love Adam Cole and his style and stuff, and just like seeing the emotion and just realizing how legit it is, and knowing that it had to be something like a concussion because he wasn't physically hurt, so it had to be something like a neck injury or a concussion or something serious. So yeah, no, really took the wind out of my sails, and I'm not gonna lie, I know we kind of disagree on it. I don't think he should have told or made that announcement on Sunday because I think that kind of took away from the event a little bit, and I don't know if that's a good thing or bad. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I really don't. But I feel like the fatal 4-way and even like a match 2 after, the crowd was still on such a low from it where if he had made that same announcement on Wednesday, it would have been the same thing and he could have had more time to process everything. Like I also feel like he rushed to that ring to make that announcement where like he did need another day or two to process like, am I retiring, am I not, am I like what's like, you could tell in his while he was talking, like you said before, that he was still kind of thinking about it as he was making the speech. So I don't know. I feel like if they give him a Wednesday segment and give him a little more time and let him be a little more, thoughtful with everything, I think that would have came across better. It wouldn't have taken away from the event as much. Because like Dustin Rhodes had a great win, but like you really didn't celebrate it because it's like you kind of knew why, and it sucked because in my head I'm like, great, Dustin wins the belt, but like one of my favorite wrestlers might be retiring, so like I don't really give a fuck about Dustin winning the belt right now, which kind of sucks for Dustin.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I understand totally where you're coming from and how others would feel that same way. How people I watched it with kind of said the same thing. But I think I'm more than sure that was a conversation that Adam and Tony had,
Yeah.
where Tony said to Adam, "Do you want to go out there and say something, or do you not want to do it?" And it gives you also have to realize majority, if let's at least say half the people in that crowd didn't watch the 0 hour. They didn't get that news. They were expecting Cole versus Fletcher.
Oh, of course.
So, like, they needed.
But
at
you
least
can give
to
them the same
know
news we got,
something.
which is you can make an announcement. You could put something on the big screen saying like Adam Cole got injured. You could show them a clip of that segment from the 0 hour.
But
Like,
it gives Cole at least that moment of an entrance. It gives the fans the opportunity to have the pop and the reaction.
no, that's fair too.
And so I didn't hate it. Yeah, it still took time for the crowd to get back into it, but it's a real raw moment. And honestly, that could be it for him. Like, and if that was it, and he doesn't travel anymore, that could be the last big crowd he's ever like. So I mean, I didn't mind it.
That's fair.
It did take them probably like total like at least an hour to get the crowd back by the end of
Mhm.
Swerve and Ospreay. But before we move on, really quick, you touched on it. Obviously, the result of that match, Dustin Rhodes won, beating Daniel Garcia. Kyle Fletcher is livid. He says he's going to ruin Dustin Rhodes and take everything from him. So I didn't hate this result. A lot of people did not like it, and I'm the resident Dustin Rhodes hater here on the show.
Which is shocking to me that you didn't hate this.
But I'll make it clear. The only reason I hated it, and this is a timestamp situation.
Didn't hate it.
The reason I didn't hate it is because it gives you a Texas hometown pop win legend moment.
You had it with Hangman.
Yeah, but he's not from Texas, and he's not a legend. So it gives you the Texas pop legend, giving him his first title ever in AEW. And he just signed a 6-year contract, so it's like a little bit of a reward there too. Obviously, this wasn't the plan. But I will say this is that if like I'm gonna put a month on it, if he still has this belt by Forbidden Door, complete utter failure and a mess. Because the point is that Fletcher should be the first one, and they already look like they're doing it, frothing at the mouth to get Dustin, destroy him, beat the hell out of him, and win that belt. This should be a squash situation where Fletcher's heated up. Dustin will probably get some stuff in, but if Fletcher doesn't get the first shot and win the damn thing, then I have a huge issue with it long term.
And if that's how they kind of tie it up, I'm okay with it. But just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like Fletcher deserved it so much. Just the amount of work he put into it, all the way they built up the story. You take Cole out of the picture, so like it should have been Fletcher. But that also makes me wonder: was Fletcher going to be slated to win in the first place?
That's what I was going to say. You have to also consider that. That may have not even been the plan.
Yeah,
it may have been planned for Cole. So
that's interesting too.
Yeah, and hey, if it leads to this being Fletcher, like the Callis family going after the tag titles, the trios titles, and taking everything from Dustin, all the belts,
love it.
Then let's go.
I would love that. And then I will go back and be like, I was wrong. That was a great call.
Yeah. So right now I'm on board, but like if like a month goes by and he still got that TNT title, and then I'm gonna have issues. But all right.
I will say this is the first of a lot of questionable decisions of the night that I have, like that we're going to discuss.
That one that just happened?
The TNT title match, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't hurt that one. I can't knock that one at all just because it was an injury, a pivot within like 12 hours.
Yeah.
I can't criticize that right now.
Next
up, Swerve and Ospreay versus the Bucks. A lot of stakes here, a lot of stuff on the line. I loved the match. I did not care for any of their introductions. Any of their
of their intro. Interesting. Okay.
all their entrances I thought were super lame.
I
Um,
what? I love the
I,
Assassin's Creed. You didn't like the Assassin's Creed entrance?
I loved it when he did it a year ago.
That's fair too.
That was why I was kind of like, really, we're doing Assassin's Creed crossover again. Like, I get the game got delayed, but this wasn't for the game. This was just, I don't know. I love Assassin's Creed. I love Will Ospreay. I have the damn shirt, but it's the same thing you did last year. Like, so that was kind of lame.
That's fair.
The swerve thing, Excalibur explained it, but I didn't understand what the hell was going on with that entrance at first with
Yeah,
JoJo.
that
All
was
that.
like an homage to like some
Yeah,
yeah.
I get it. It didn't connect with me.
Fair.
Killer Tomatoes says how many steaks? I don't know what that
I don't
means.
know what that means
Oh,
either. That's
mistakes? I don't know what you mean. Either way, and then the Bucks. Yeah, come on, that was corny as hell.
because they
It
already did it.
They already did it, and it lasted way too
Yeah.
long. Like they thought they were probably being so cool on the boat, going through the fans and the crowd. A
Oh,
lot of stakes on the line. Oh, ha ha ha! I get it.
I
Play
hate
on
you.
words.
You're lucky it was your birthday yesterday,
Um,
Killer Tomato. Happy belated.
so yeah, so the entrances didn't care for it all. None of them. The match though, match was great. I loved it. Surprised with the result. Pleasantly surprised with the result.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I wasn't married to either or happening. Obviously, we had our scenario in our head, but we made it very clear on the show that anything could have gone either way. What do you think?
I agree with you 100%. The match was fantastic.
Awesome, awesome.
I loved every bit of it. The entrances I didn't mind. I didn't mind Swerve and Ospreys. I didn't like the Bucks. And the only thing I was worried about, and they already kind of looked like they answered that question right away on Wednesday, which I was very happy about, was if the Bucks lost, what they were going to do with them because they couldn't take them off TV. And it looks like they're just doing this whole thing where like they're not sure if they're going to join the like now they know they need backup. Everyone's turning on them. Everyone's making fun of them, and I love that they're doing that. I think that's great. They even mentioned like this is what happens when you pile drive the owner of the company. So like they're tying all these things into it, and it's making sense, and I'm really enjoying that.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, like you said, pleasantly surprised at first, and then I was like, oh shit, I hope they don't ruin the Bucks, and it looks like they're doing good stuff with the Bucks. So yeah, I was really happy with that match.
Yeah, one point of clarification before we move on. Also, because I saw some people confused by this, Swerve and Will Ospreay are not EVPs.
No sir.
Because what happened was apparently that night or the next morning on the roster page they were listed as EVPs. Everybody was kind of confused. I sent you the picture, right? You saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everyone thought they were EVPs because it was on the roster page, and then the day of yesterday on Wednesday, I checked just to see an update. It wasn't there on the website anymore, and Swerve even tweeted out, "I'm not an EVP."
Yeah, they said it's going to be the fans. I mean, they didn't really address what's happening with the EVP titles on Wednesday, and they might not. Who knows?
And that's fine. I think the confusion just came because somebody on the website put it under their names, and everybody was like
Like a fool.
"Wait, I thought we weren't doing this." So
Yep.
we're clear of that, folks. Don't worry, no babyface GMs or
Oh, right.
EVPs. Next up, Women's Casino Gauntlet.
You should have went with Athena, like you said, man. And when she won, I was just cracking up in my head. I'm like, oh man, Juice had said it. Juice thought it was a possibility.
Yeah, Athena getting the win, getting the dub, hitting the O face on Mina, and getting the title shot. I'm not crazy about it. I love Athena, but I don't like the thought of, again, you're kind of in this corner with a world champion and another champion, and like Athena should have lost the belt by now. I don't know. I don't think she should be the champion there anymore. She's moved on. She should have lost it back in December to Billy Starks, but here we are doing this now. But before we get into the Athena thing, the opening of the match, I had a problem with, like, you spent all these weeks building up all these women that were going to be in the match, and then Anna Jay's just not in it. Penelope Ford's just not in it, but at ringside. Sky Blue is just at ringside and getting in the ring and doing moves and getting involved, like practically in the match, waiting to do spots, but she's not in and they're clarifying it.
Harley
I don't
Cameron.
understand. Well, Harley Cameron, at least, yeah, that was a return. Her nose is probably still that hurt where she can't compete. We'll see in the next few weeks.
Yeah, but if you're gonna have her get physical, you can have her. Yeah, I agree also with that.
Yeah, there's only so much. Yeah, you don't know.
But no,
But
no, I understand. Agreed.
yeah,
So much outside
head
interference
scratcher.
from active wrestlers who could be in the match. You already say how your intervals are like random, so it's not like it would be hard to explain to get them all in the match that quickly.
Yeah.
No, I didn't understand either. I think it was a little more, and we'll talk about it more later. I think this is the thing where they kind of overbooked this match a little bit,
Oh, yeah. I
and it
think a
just didn't
big
resonate.
I think a big issue with this year's show. I don't know if other year's shows were this guilty of it. This year felt a lot like, okay, I need to get everybody on this show.
Yeah,
And sometimes it's okay to have people miss it. Yeah, it
yeah,
stinks, but like you don't need to have everyone on the show.
agreed.
So, what do you think of Athena winning though?
I liked it. I didn't mind Athena winning. Just as I also don't watch her ROH that much, so like the ROH belts to me like are just unfortunate accessories with them when they come on AEW TV, which is the problem, which
Mm,
is what we've been complaining about. So,
yeah,
her winning just kind of brings a little fresh light into it. I liked it. Gives a different challenge for Tony that we haven't seen yet on AEW. So it'll be interesting, at least that and that kind of match.
yeah, and I'm starting to think she might do it at Forbidden Door because that's like all the companies. Even though Ring of
Mm-hmm.
Honor is AEW, they might do. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They could hold it off a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I just
And
it's the
also
same thing as just
it does look like it's like Christian's contract where he just signed it in whenever he wanted to go. So I'm curious to see how they're going to do that as well.
it did, but we didn't talk about it. Also, MJF made it sound like it's. He almost made it sound like he doesn't need it to win it. It's a break in case of emergency. So I had a thought of like, is he gonna go for a title shot
That would be
legit,
awesome.
then lose, but then immediately cash in to get like a rematch right then and
That
there?
would
That
be
was my
so sick if he did something like that.
that was my first thought because he made it sound like he wasn't gonna do it as a cash in.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
all
would love
right,
that.
to be continued. Next up, tag titles. I was right, but I went with my heart and I changed my pick. Hurt Syndicate retained over Christian and Nick Wayne. And where
Just
the other team was, Jet Speed, thank you. I was blanking. Um, it was a fine match. It was good.
mm-hmm.
But yeah, Hurt Syndicate retains. FTR out there on commentary, which was a little odd, but I guess they wanted to get him on the main show
Well,
and
no,
lead into the
no.
finish.
So I didn't think that was odd, and honestly, that was one of the changes I wanted to make besides the Hurt Syndicate was also the FTR match because once I realized that they had said last week when they made the challenge that once they get done with the Outrunners, they're gonna be focused on the tag titles. In my head, I was like, oh, why are you gonna have them lose to the Outrunners if they're gonna go to that tag title picture soon enough? And then I just didn't make the change when I knew I should have. And then when they came out for that tag title match, in my head, I was like, Cope is coming out. The second they came out to the ringside, I thought Cope was coming out.
Yeah, well, that's why it was random.
Yeah.
But then as you just alluded to, then the post match shenanigans were underway, and Nick Wayne turning on Christian Cage, similar to how Christian turned on Jack Perry. And now it looks like we're going to have the matriarchy going forward instead of
Which
the patriarchy.
I don't think is going to be as effective because I don't think Mama Wayne's that good on the mic.
Well, it could be Nick Wayne's thing to kind of,
I hope so.
lead.
I
So,
hope
and
so.
Kip as well. They all get a turn talking. I don't think it has to be only her. And who knows if more people are to follow? Maybe Killswitch is closer than we think.
They need him back.
But yeah, they turned on Christian, laid out Christian, and then they're about to do the concerto to him, and out comes Adam Copeland with Spike doing his big long entrance, and everybody was giving him shit for it, saying, "Oh, why is he not? He's going out there to help Christian, but he's taking his time."
That's what
Well, he
everyone
clarified
does
on
now.
well, not everyone does it, but he clarified on Dynamite that he wasn't out there to help Christian, which is why he didn't rush down there. He didn't give a shit about Christian.
Yeah, I
Which
know that, but
I
I'm just
found really
saying,
bad.
everyone. I feel like it's happened so much now. Jeff Hardy did it. Penta did it a few weeks ago on WWE. Like
Yeah.
all these run out and says, like, hold on, I still gotta do my entrance. I still gotta do my dance. I still gotta
Which
do this.
is
It's like
still dumb.
just
It's
go,
still
make this save. Like you're wasting my
still
fucking
dumb.
time.
Yeah, Adam Copeland back, clears everybody out of the ring, helps up Christian, tells Christian to go find
Find
himself. And yeah, so I'm assuming Christian will be off for who knows how long, a little bit. And this is all going to build up to Open Christian teaming up one day somehow. But
Well,
yeah, I'm happy.
you gotta assume it's gonna be this whole thing where they're gonna be focused on the tag titles, but like we saw last night with Stokely that came out, that there's gonna be some interaction with Edge and Stokely and Cope and Stokely and FTR. Sorry, I saw his Legend shirt, so it got confusing.
That's
Um,
fair.
and and then eventually it's gonna go to like Deja Vu, where FTR has him ready for the concerto again to take him out, and that's when Christian's gonna come and make the save, and they'll reunite and blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So just
Question is how
matter.
long?
I was gonna
But
say
we'll
matter of
see.
when. Probably
Yeah.
after Forbidden. What's the next big pay per view after Forbidden Door?
All in. I mean, all out. It's in like mid-September.
Oh yeah, so they got some time then.
Well, actually, and you know what? I think you just reminded me. All out is in Toronto, so it's going to happen there. Probably something.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
for sure. Um,
Okay.
yeah,
This.
and honestly, I'm glad for what it's worth. I'm glad Copeland's back. Everyone lately
Mm-hmm.
seems like they're giving him shit. Like everyone's like hating on him ever since the Moxley stuff. Whatever, man. Shut up.
No,
Like he's back
I'm
and
very happy that
yeah,
Copeland's back.
enjoy him.
He's a great presence.
He's a legend. He's great for
Yeah.
the TV.
A
So
legend.
yeah, shut up, you fans. All right, next up, Tony Storm, Mercedes Moné for the women's title. This was my match of the night.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite match of the entire pay-per-view. I still don't think I was able to even fully cherish it like in the moment. It was great,
Great match.
but like it was just they both hit a home run. Their entrances were great.
I loved both of their entrances. I mean,
Yeah.
like the complete opposite of how I felt about the Bucks and everything. Like I
Mhm.
loved Mercedes train. I think that looked so good. I love that all
Money Train.
the cheerleaders had all her belts on, so she had to carry all the belts out. I thought that was so smart.
Mhm.
Tony just looked like a pure 70s 60s character with, and then part Joker where she had like the lipstick on, and I loved everything about it. And I definitely said 60s 70s. I'm even further back is what I meant. Sorry.
Okay, I forgive you. No, I wish I've been waiting to see it online. I wish somebody posted like a full screenshot of her Mercedes dress because I still haven't been able to see. Like I know
I
all the
want to see all
names.
the names. Yeah.
Yeah, like I know who the names are, but I wanted to see that. I haven't found a good picture of it yet anywhere, which is surprising. You figure somebody would have done that. Great match. Tony put Mercedes through like a million finishers before getting the win. So they kept Mercedes strong. It's great. And now the question is, what we were waiting for now, where do we go from here?
I
With
still think Mercedes should have won this though. This is one of the ones where like I love the match. I love the whole thing was great. If I didn't know like all the background, the ending would have been perfect. But like I think Mercedes should have won. Like I feel like and only time will tell. Who knows where they both go from here? But with the way you built up Mercedes, I think Tony could have taken the loss over Mercedes. And again, we just gotta see where they do with Mercedes going forward.
Yeah, I think the most important thing, I know it's the easy thing to do, but I really wouldn't let this lead to like the immediate downfall where she just starts losing all the belts now. I think that's a miss.
But that's such an easy fallback, and that's where I'm afraid they're gonna go.
Yeah. So I'm willing to play it out. I mean, this was going to be a lose-lose no matter what. Because if you had Mercedes win, then
We'd be asking the
Mercedes
same
is
thing about
almost
Tony
like
right now.
is almost way too OP, and then Tony would be like, "Oh man, she had the belt for so long. What is she going to look like now?" So this was one of those matches that you were going to be screwed no matter what.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with it, but I just hope Mercedes keeps on keeping on.
I want a strong
Um,
storyline moving forward for Mercedes.
Yeah.
All right, another match with a questionable ending for me, and I know you were not happy about this one, is Okada versus Omega for the newly crowned, what is it, undisputed title now that they're calling it?
Unified.
Unified. There we go. Sorry, unified title, which I still don't like. Even after seeing it on Okada, I still don't like the way it looks. It's just a personal thing at this point. The match, I think the match was a good match. I don't think it was their best match. I still think they were a little slow with some with some spots, and I think that they were kind of like trying to catch their breath in certain areas. But then the ending, bro, I still don't understand why they made that call. I'm not happy about that call. I don't know what they do with Omega now going from there. Like, just so many questions and so much confusion coming out of that match, and I'm very interested to see what you think about it.
So one thing I noticed on the website is that um, Kazuchika Okada under the champions is listed as the Unified Champion, Continental Champion, and the International Champion still.
I mean,
All three belts.
Callis was pulling a Paul Heyman and carrying both
Dallas had
belts.
belt. I feel like we're in another stupid situation now where a wrestler has all these belts and it's really just one belt. And I can't, I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of like us thinking that is more. And it's no, stop. Less is more. Pick your moments to do it. Now, Okada has 3 championships, but it should be one. It makes it confusing for the viewer. Like, what's going on with the Continental Classic? You know,
Like
stuff like that.
the whole
has not
point
been
of a
clarified.
unified belt is to unify the belts. Like, that's literally the name of the goddamn
Like,
title. So like,
those belts should go away.
what's the point? I don't understand why we have 3 belts now, and one's called a unified
Oh.
belt if it's not unifying the belts.
Yeah, so it's annoying. It's the same thing they did with the Universal Championship when they unified the Universal.
Yes, yes.
Whatever. Same bullshit. And I don't like it no matter where they do it. I thought they told a great story with Omega and his diverticulitis and all of that. The match was good. I was very let down by the match. This was probably the match I was looking forward to the most
Mm-hmm.
on the night. And it was also the match that I was very set on who should win. And I made that clear on the show. I was like, Omega has to win this. He needs to win this. So am I mad for the right reasons? Yeah, sure, I am. They got me. They did it the right way. I'm mad at Okada because Omega should have won. That's the business. But yeah, I was let down by the match. I am still annoyed that Okada won. And Omega's going to take some time off here. And what annoys me about it is now the answer everybody has is, oh, well, Omega's going to be in the Continental Classic, and then he's going to face Okada in the finals and beat him there. And I'm like, okay, well, now you just ruined the Continental Classic, though, for the year. Because now, like, if that's the way you go, if I see Omega and Okada on different ends, I know that that's going to probably be the end game.
Yep.
And now I'm kind of checked out on the Classic. And the Classic is one of my favorite things that they do.
Yep.
And it's fun to talk about and think about and predict. Could they still swerve it? Of course. How many times have I been wrong here on the show? But odds are that's probably the way they're going to go with it.
Yeah. No. Again,
Yeah,
my main thing is that
with it.
Okada kind of needed a reset. In a sense, like we've been saying it for a while after the Bucks stuff. He's kind of doing some stuff with Callis family, but like I don't think he belongs with the Callis family because you have Fletcher, you have Takeshita, you have these guys who you're trying to build
Enough
as
people.
your main top guys, and now you bring in Okada, who has to be the main top guy. So I don't think that's helping to put him with the Callis family. I don't think having this bitch stick is still doing anything for him. It's not really like funny anymore. It's really run its course. So I think, I mean, not that I think we said last week, Okada should have lost, taken some time off, reset himself, come back a little more serious, and it would have been so much better. But now we have the bitch stick, we have the Callis stuff still going, which isn't that great. Omega's going to be gone for God knows how long now. And I don't know. I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah, and also for what it's worth, it has new entrance music. Came out to new music last night.
Yep.
And so it'll probably grow on me because I really like the song, but it doesn't feel like a song for Okada. For me
Agreed.
personally. Like it's a dope song. It's got that like old
It
school.
feels like it
early
feels like a song for a member of the Callis family, but not for Okada.
It's got like that early. It's got like that early 2000s like rock music to it, and it'll probably grow on me. I'll be fine with it once I hear it a few times. But Okada's theme, that was just like New Japan theme, so I feel like they probably wanted to get away from it.
Makes
But
sense.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. But all right, last point.
The way
Standing for us.
the way you feel about the Okada Omega match, I feel like is the way I feel about this last match. I'm gonna let you go first because I don't know how nice I'm gonna be towards the end of it.
All right. So, for those of you that did not watch, I feel sorry for you. This was a crazy match, as we expected. This was Adam Page versus John Moxley, Texas Death to crown the new AEW World Champion, and it was awesome. It was awesome. It was crazy. Right off the bat with the fork, stabbing him in the
That
forehead,
was
the blood just
squirting
coming
out.
right out. Oh, awesome start.
Disgusting.
Got the crowd into it. That's the good stuff, baby. That's what we want. That's what we're here for. Texas death. Give me the blood. Um, and yeah, and from there, just they did their thing. They put on an amazing match. I can't give them any knocks on the match they
I
did.
100% agree with you.
Mox was amazing. Paige was amazing. But let's break down everything that happened as best we can.
Yeah.
If I missed anything,
before you break down the end of it, I think every one-on-one part of the match, every just Moxley versus Paige part of the match was a home run. Every spot hit great. The bed of nails, the glass, rolling around in it. I think whatever they had in the corner, like every spot was really hitting for that entire match, to the point where even the producer who was trying to watch with me had to like leave. He's like, I can't. I'm physically uncomfortable. Like I can't watch this anymore. I was like, yo, that totally makes sense. Go feel better. Like, wow. I like once you saw like blood squirting out of the forehead, and that was the first 5 minutes. I was like, I don't know how much he's gonna last.
Yeah.
But after once they started and I'll let you take back over. But once they started involving more people, I started exactly what I said was gonna happen last week that I didn't want to happen is what started happening in my opinion.
So, I'm going to walk it through best I can. If I miss a step, by all means, jump in, or
sure.
Audience, if you have anything I may have missed, let me know. But I think I'm going to hit all the main points. So to kick off the show, just a quick little point: the Ops retained the trios titles from the Death Riders.
Yes,
but they immediately took out Samoa Joe. So, oh no Samoa Joe. He's not going to be there. Okay, one person down.
Which I thought would be a good opening for Hook. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, well, that will come eventually, but
who knows?
Yeah, and then from there, then during the main event, no Hobbs, no Shibata, no Willow, which I am perfectly fine with. I expected them; they didn't come out. But that's okay. That's a good expectation, not met for me at least. So now Will Ospreay, no, the Bucks come out first.
Bucks come out first.
Bucks come out first.
Well, really, I'm sorry. Don't the Death Riders come out first?
Well, yes, yeah. Death Riders and Gabe Kidd and all them come out first, and then maybe Will does come out first.
And then I think Will comes out here. Yeah.
Yeah. So Death Riders are all out there. Gabe Kidd, Claudio, Yuta, Marina, all them, and Will Ospreay comes out, tries to help, gets taken out same way as Joe did earlier. So now Will Ospreay indisposed. He's out of it. Another one off.
Which I thought was a good touch. I was like, okay, they're taking out some of the big guys. I see what they're saying up with, but I hope this is leading to an ending that makes sense now. Continue.
Mm-hmm. So now Ospreay's out. So now the Bucks get in the ring, and the Bucks super kick Adam Page, and now. So now who comes out next? Who came out that made the Bucks?
I'm trying to think right now. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up just so I can make sure I.
No, well, I think the Bucks might have just left the ring after that, honestly. Either way, the next step I remember along the way, now Mox gets the garbage bag, or the plastic bag from Claudio and Yuta. I noticed that Yuta didn't want to do it at first and gave the bag to Mox, so that's something I feel like might come back down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Now Mox is about to do it to Hangman when the video appears on the screen. Darby Allin on Mount Everest, cutting his promo as we expected. Short and sweet. I thought it'd be a little longer, but it's more than fine. You want to keep the pace kind of going. No briefcase reveal. Darby's up there. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Darby's on Everest. He's coming back down and take everything from Mox and ruin his life." We come back from the Darby promo, and we see Bryan Danielson in the ring wearing a Blue Panther mask, doing his yes, yes, yes chants. Hits the Busaiku on Wheeler Yuta, I believe.
Yep.
and immediately starts going after Yuta and Claudio and Gabe Kidd. Does his little suicide dive to the outside. Um, as he's doing that, Darby descends, makes his way down, takes the harness off, starts staring down Moxley, gets on the turnbuckle, dives to the outside, takes out all the other Death Riders. Everybody involved in the whole fight groups up and leaves, goes away. Everyone's gone. Now things are coming more down to a head between Hangman and Mox. And again, I believe now the next step is just first he tells Marina to go get the briefcase. Nana is underneath the table to handcuff Marina to the table, so that Marina can go in there with the briefcase. Nana comes out, starts dancing. Swerve comes out, and we have our big moment. Swerve holding the chain, staring at Paige. Paige's facial reactions are amazing during this moment when Swerve finally throws the chain and gives it to him. Great job by Paige. Great job by Swerve in that moment. And then Paige uses the chain to choke out Moxley. Moxley, amazing sell job at the end, before choking out like a wild animal being put down, which is very fitting for his character, what he was doing. And Mox overcomes and wins. I mean, Paige overcomes and wins. And then Paige looked like a totally different person, like with the blood and everything before he even opened the briefcase. I was like, who the hell is this? This is not Hangman Adam Page. Breaking down into tears before he opens the briefcase with the key. Loved the touch of Danielson's side plates.
That was maybe
there.
my favorite part of all that post stuff was that the Danielson saw the side plates.
And hold on. So the last thing I'll say, and then I'll let you kind of take over because I know we're way over time, but I still want you obviously to get your stuff in. What I was obviously this was inevitable. We expected it. We knew something variation of this was going to happen. I know I set expectations lower that a lot of people it wouldn't be that many people. I think they did it. They did it well. I think they did it better than WWE because no one's entrance music had to hit and come out for like an aura moment where the music hit, for the crowd to pop and stood there. Also, it was all segmented well where it wasn't that close to the finish, minus the Swerve thing, but even that wasn't that bad. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, besides the Bucks hitting Paige, none of those people that got involved and came out, none of them touched Mox or Paige. So, like, they were all kind of just soldiers fighting in this.
No, I mean, Death Riders attacked Paige right away, and then the Bucks attacked Paige. Who else was there?
Yeah, all right, so the heels did, but none of the babies, like, hit Mox. Like, none of them hit Mox.
Oh, yeah. They didn't really get too many hands on Mox. They really kind of cleared out around Mox, yeah.
So, that's all I'm saying. Like, Darby and Danielson didn't really touch Mox. Like, Swerve didn't really touch them. So, that's all I'm getting at is that, like, they didn't get as involved with the people in the match as I feel like you'd think.
Yeah.
Where it was just like a WWE, oh, here comes this person with their music, hit finisher, bye-bye. Like, it was planned out better. It went well, so it was easy to swallow and take down that way. And I did say this, maybe me being so annoyed and worked up about Omega losing helped soften the blow with how this went down for me, which is possible.
I think because Omega lost, that's kind of why they did this, because we were talking about like how you can't have too many faces or heels win on the night.
Yeah, I mean, they were also making it obvious with what they were doing along the way. Yeah. And once Swerve and Will won, and then once they kind of did the way the previous two went with Tony retaining and Okada winning, I was like, okay, they're doing Paige for sure. Like, they're not going to
My biggest problem was that I feel like the main event got dragged by an extra almost 15 minutes at that point. Because
oh my God. Okay, sorry. Pause really quick. This show was 8 hours long.
It was too long, bro.
It was
longer than last year's WrestleMania, and that was like 7 hours and shit. Thank God it was wall-to-wall wrestling. That's the only difference. It wasn't 4 hours of commercials, but it was a fucking long show. It was crazy long.
You know, I'm always a proponent for like,
yes,
give me a marathon, give me the longest show in the world. I don't care.
This is crazy,
but
though.
I feel like I learned that day that I do have a limit and I do have a line, and I do think like at most like 5.5, 6 hours is probably the most you can get away with.
Yeah.
Like, cause I was watching it with people and we were coming up on like 6 o'clock, and I was like, we have 3 or 4 matches left. What the
Yeah,
fuck are we doing?
it
I've
was
been watching
crazy,
since
man.
1.
So
So
I feel like it
too
lengthened.
long.
Yeah, I feel like it
Like,
lengthened the main event
no.
a lot longer now.
Mhm.
I personally didn't like Darby's placement in it. I don't think Darby's spot in it made sense. I don't think it was a good spot, especially with his video, like how he said it. I think that's a better thing for when Moxley wins, and that's a post-match video where it's like, now that I'm done completing this, and now that you've done that, I'm gonna come back and take everything away from you because Moxley doesn't have anything left for him to take away now. So like the whole Darby Moxley feud is gonna kind of be based over nothing now, which kind of
No.
sucks.
Well, that's why he got involved. He was going to take everything from him, meaning the
But
title,
I
which he
understand
did.
that, but like his big comeback and now he's back on AEW TV to feud with who? Like the whole point of but for what? Over what?
Because he cost him the belt. And Moxley's
Exactly.
pissed.
So Darby's job's
Yeah.
already done. So like, there's really no feud. Like that's my point. The feud isn't
But it's
about
Mox's-
Moxley
it's
getting
Mox's-
revenge. It's supposed to be about Darby getting revenge. Darby didn't
No,
really get.
no,
I'm
it
just.
is though.
I'm saying that I don't think that's correct. I think it should have been the other way around. I think Darby should have came back after Moxley won and said, now that you've won and you've taken it away from me, I'm going to take it away from you, and that's where our feud goes. Moxley and Darby feuding over him costing, like, I'm just not as sold about that. It's going to be fine. It's going to be a fine feud, but I would have rather it the other way where Darby was chasing the title. The other problem I had with it was you had all these guys interfering, and like the match, because of how they all interfered, the match should have been over, like I said, like 5 or 10 minutes before it was. Having them kind of all fight with each other and fighting away from it, and then having Paige and Moxley almost starting over again, and then doing another 5 minutes, and then Strickland getting involved, and then starting over again and doing another 5 minutes. I wasn't too crazy about that pacing towards the end either. And maybe I'm just nitpicking on that, but like it just, I feel like they took a good, however long that main event was, 30 minutes of it, and then they added okay to mediocre 10 to 15 minutes at the end of it to make everyone like get in there, and I just wasn't too big of a fan of it. I did again like the whole end with I did like the whole end with the side plates. I did like the swerve part of it. That did make sense to me. I didn't have any I know some people had problems with that, or we were talking last week how maybe Swerve would turn on him. I had no problem with Swerve not turning. I like the whole Swerve story with that. I think them reconciling makes sense for their story. But yeah, maybe some of it's also based in that I just don't think Hangman was supposed to be the one to take it off him in the first place. I don't know, but just the way it ended just didn't really rub me the right way. I wasn't a big fan of the ending.
Yeah, well, I believe you saw the video I sent you where, I mean, Tony Khan pretty much said in an interview with somebody from Chicago that, like, he said it without saying it, that pretty much Paige wasn't meant to be the one to do it.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I think the interviewer, like, asked him, and I think TK was kind of like, well, I can't say that. So, like, he wasn't answering it, but he was answering it by not. But here's my mentality on it, man. Like, more me, but I feel like we've both spent the last like year almost with these hypotheticals and these narratives and situations where it should be Darby, you got to be Darby, it's got to be this and that, and clearly we're living in this different world and reality now where this is what it's going to be.
Yeah,
and I've just had to have put it in the past for me, and like this is what we're in now, and move on from it, and like these are the stories we got, and like it's gonna work, and I'm not thrilled with it. But
and that's where I'm at. It's
yeah.
not that I think anything is going to be bad moving forward. Like I just said, I think Moxley and Darby are going to have a fine feud. They're going to have great matches. They always do. I just wish for Darby there was more on the line for it. Hangman's going to have a great title reign, but like now, like let's look for it now. Who's going to be the next contender besides MJF? Who's really going to be the next contender for Hangman now that the Death Rider is going to be tied up with Darby?
Two things. One thing also, with Forbidden Door coming up, you do kind of have a good month where you don't have to really worry about that just yet. Because he can just fight anybody from any company.
That's fair as well.
Second off, Jay says Darby was #1 contender. then lost to Mox at Grand Slam, where he took the #1 contendership to beat Danielson, thus starting the Death Riders.
Remember that?
Most
Yep.
recently, they threw him down a flight of stairs at Hammerstein, which took him out for a while. The story is there for Darby wanting to destroy Mox with or without him holding the belt.
Yeah, and like
That's
I said,
that's what I'm saying. There's history. They
I,
have
s-
enough to make it work. You don't need the
I'm
belt.
not saying that there's no history. What I'm saying is the way Darby said it, where in the video where he's like, "I'm gonna come back and take everything away from you." For me, that's more of like a build-up feud than I'm gonna do it tonight. Like when there's in wrestling or even like in just whatever history, when like you're giving someone a warning, very rarely does that warning happen in the next 5 seconds. Granted, Darby coming down from the top was totally cool. That was amazing. That was a very big success. I was freaking the fuck out the entire time he was coming down there. I was like, oh my God, he's going to die. But thank God everything was fine. But I don't know.
You also
for me personally, I think it should have been more in line for him.
You also have to remember that he recorded that video like 2-3 months ago. So, I mean, it wasn't that immediate.
You know what I mean. For when he showed the video to Moxley to when he came in, I know what you mean. You know what I mean, though. You fuck.
Just saying. All right. So my last point that I want to bring up from Dynamite about all of this is I was annoyed. I don't know if you caught this. After everything they did with Marina Shafir getting handcuffed and opening the briefcase and the belt are gone, Marina Shafir is still wearing a key on her neck. Like, why the fuck you wearing a necklace, girl? The necklace got ripped off of you. The briefcase got opened. Briefcase is gone. Did you go get the key back after the fact? Did you go buy a new one? Like, why are you wearing a key?
Bro, I honestly thought I imagined it because it was such a short clip that they like were like the Bucks saw her and stuff. I was like, all right, was she wearing it during the main event too?
Yeah, well, that's where I noticed it. I didn't even notice it during the Bucks.
I wasn't even paying attention to her during the main event because I was watching. Yeah. Like, that's hilarious.
It was during the entrance. Like, she was like front and center.
That's so fucking funny.
And I just fucking the key with the heart, and I was like, why are we doing this? But
she wants the briefcase back.
Overall though, it was a very good week of wrestling.
Yes.
I was very let down by Okada winning. And, Paige winning was inevitable. It wasn't, in the end, what I would do. But actually, you know what? Okay, I have one more thing, because this came up with the folks over at Till 5, and I wanted to ask you. Let's say everything went well, and it was Darby and Mox at All In. And Darby won the title in that moment instead of Adam Page. Do you think, at this moment, Darby Allin is ready to be AEW World Champion?
Yes. Just the amount of years he's already been in the ring with us, the amount of moments he's given them, I feel like you don't besides what he shows in the ring, on the mic he's great. Good presence with the audience loves him. He's definitely one of the fan favorites of the entire company. And also, not joking, and sometimes I think about this, I don't hear anything bad about him from behind the scenes. I don't hear any bad reports about him. I don't hear any bad interactions with him. I don't hear any backstage heat on him. I don't hear about anything he does wrong. That's the kind of guy you want in your locker room being your champion. That's the kind of leader, especially if you're trying to do a homegrown thing where he's one of your pillars. Yeah, I think now is about time. And it actually makes me laugh that you brought that up, because I was thinking about this when I was watching the pay-per-view, how all 4 pillars from what they brought up from the start of the company have taken some crazy drastic paths, where you have one pillar in Jack Perry, who we don't see anymore because of whatever reason. He's just been off TV. Sammy Guevara has been shot down the card entirely for being a pillar. You don't even see him on AEW TV until recently. Then you have MJF and Darby, where MJF's gonna be your pillar heel for as long as you want it to be. Darby can be your pillar face for as long as you want it to be. And those 2 are really your 2 main guys for the future of this company. So I don't see any reason Darby isn't ready to be the champion right now.
Yeah, and I fully agree with you. I think he's ready. I think he sells a lot of merch. I think the kids love him. I mean, they're dressing up like him.
Mm-hmm.
Him and OC are the ones that you see in the crowd the most. Yeah, I bring it up because I was speaking with the folks over at Till Five, and they both don't think he's ready at all to be champion. They think he needs to be the year or two, and
But
I think
for
that's
but to
I
develop
think that's
what?
insane. Well, and that's what I was saying. I'm like, what even is ready? Like that's such like a Vince McMahon thing where it's like, oh, they're not ready.
No, no,
It's like
no. But like
what even
I
makes
agree with
someone
ready. Like if you're bad on the mic, you're not ready to be a world champion. If you can't have consistently good matches, you're not ready to be a world champion. If you can't get over with the crowd, you're not ready to be a world champion. I get all that. With all those things checked off for Darby, what else is left? What does he need?
that's
You know what I mean? I agree
yeah
with you. Yeah. Same thing for
yeah
OC. I think OC's ready to be a world champion too. I think it's the optics. I think depending on what kind of wrestling fan you grew up with, Darby Allin and OC physically aren't your world champion prototypes, and that's where they're like, well, if he's your world champion, anyone can wreck him. And it's like, not really, not if you watch wrestling, not if you watch how they wrestle and their style and all this and the soap opera, and that's the whole point of wrestling. That not always the small guys gonna get wrecked by a giant just because they're a giant. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I think they're both ready. I think Darby's gonna be a world champion before OC though.
Yeah, probably. I was dumbfounded when I know everyone has their opinion. Don't get me wrong. It's fine. I respect it. But like Darby just seems like he's like I just don't get like how you can look at him and say he's not ready to be the guy.
Like I said, the only thing is
I don't
physically.
know.
If you look at his body and say he's physically not ready, and in that case, you're just not really watching wrestling.
Yeah. Well, they
For
say
the
he needs.
same reason I'm watching
Well,
wrestling.
they say he needs a year or two. Is he going to bulk up in a year or two? Like I don't think it's the
Yeah, that's
body
what I'm
with
saying.
them.
I don't know what else you could knock him
So.
for. So,
All
all right.
right. Well, hey, hour and a half. That was a big one,
Oof.
folks. Thank you for sticking with us. We had a ton of wrestling to talk
Sweaty.
about. I'd like to think it won't be as much next week, but you never know what's going to drop in the news.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll have two pay-per-views to talk about, so I think it'll be a little less next Thursday. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
And it's a pre-taped collision too, so
Yes.
probably not that eventful.
But before Thursday, join us on Tuesday
Woo.
for our Anything Goes night, where we do just some random games and fun. So join us Tuesday at 7 p.m. We'll see you all. Have a great weekend. Stay hydrated, please. Adios, everybody.
I don't care.
I don't care. Don't hydrate.
All right.